Hi, I'm Jay, and I have been using Zepbound since November 14th, 2025, and I am continuing to use it. However, right now I am using a compound tirzepatide that my husband and I get from Mochi Health. And right now we are doing amazing. I mean, amazing. I meant like we're steadily trotting along. And one thing I can say about my husband and I is that we live a busy life. We have children. We are both working full time. We have our families. We are married to each other. So we are both living an average life. And there are times where we want to go out and maybe have social gatherings with our adult friends, but we also travel a lot. And we travel a lot in groups, and sometimes we travel alone. And when we travel, we want to enjoy the time that we're away, the money that we spent, and the time that we're together. And with that, sometimes comes social drinking. Now, I am not a big drinker. I want to say that just off the bat. I didn't really even drink until I got with my husband. So I am what I would call or consider a social drinker. My husband was someone that can have drinks or not even cocktails, but drinks prior to getting with me. So he's probably more of an expert to talk about other types of drinking. Right now, I mostly prefer maybe wine. And if I have a cocktail, it has to be sweet. But other than that, I don't tend to have shots and whatever straight. I don't even know much about alcohol, but I do tend to have wine. And if I have wine at home, I would have wine on a Friday or a Saturday night after a long week. Or my husband and I are watching a movie. He'll pour me a glass of wine, or he'll make me a small cocktail, and we'll sit back and we'll sip on our drink and we'll enjoy our night. With that being said, this week I did not have a rough week, but we bought a new bottle of wine and I was like, "Oh, let me go ahead and have some and I'll taste it." I noticed that my body reacts completely different now that I'm on Zepbound than before. I have never, I'm going to say this, in my life been inebriated or drunk. I can't say that I've even gotten to that point. Have I been around that? Yes. But I have not had that experience of my own. So just take everything I'm telling you with a grain of salt. But for me, I was saying, a glass of wine, we do this all the time. Why not? Let's just have our glass of wine. This is not a wine I have not had before. I just have not had it in a very long time. I had this glass of wine and I am on a higher dose of Zepbound. So I had this glass of wine and I was like, whoa, like this is really hitting me before I finished the glass of wine. And I thought that was a little different and a little strange that that was happening to me. But I sat there, I finished it. We were having a nice chill night, and maybe 2 hours went by. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and go up. We're gonna go to bed, and I'll have a second glass of wine. I rarely ever have a second glass of wine, but I thought I was doing great. I had the second glass of wine. I wake up in the middle of the night, and I feel like the room was spinning. And this is extreme for me because I've never had that experience before. My doctor used to tell me if I had trouble sleeping to have a glass of wine, it'll help to relax me and to go to sleep. Then I heard from other people that's the worst thing to do. It'll get you to sleep. It won't have you to stay asleep. So that's one reason why I don't really drink wine close to bedtime. But my doctor said to do it, okay. So I decided to do that. And that was not the best experience for me. So I am thinking to myself that maybe I have to be at a half a glass of wine while I'm on Zepbound, that this is not something that is going to work for me. And this experience is only my experience and my experience only. I can say to you that Rich also had a similar experience, not this particular night because he didn't have anything heavy to drink that night, but he has had that experience before where he came home and he wanted to have I don't know the name of the alcohol things, but it was a dark alcohol and he wanted to have that. He mixed it with something. He made this little concoction and he was on the couch and he was like, wait a minute, like this is really hitting me harder than I thought it would, and we've done this in the past, and we do it on a Friday or a Saturday. Like, what is going on? What is happening? And so now I notice that he's a lot more cautious with him making himself a drink. I haven't really seen anything, and I am not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I am not anything in the medical field. I don't read journals. I don't do any of that stuff, but I really haven't seen much of anything or anyone talking about Zepbound and their experience with alcohol on a social level. I haven't really heard much about people saying that it's hitting them different, or they can't have as much, or, or whatever their experiences have been. I haven't really seen that. I can tell you that my own personal experience is not that important to me. I am trying to eat better and eat right, and I know that I tend to do this mostly only in the house, or if we're traveling, then I may have something, but not really locally. If I'm in town or with friends, I'm usually the designated driver, always the designated driver. So I don't tend to have that issue at home. But this time, with this dose, this was so different, and I had to just come on and make a video about it, because I know that someone that is watching this video has had alcohol with Zepbound. I know everyone is not dry because they're in alcohol. They're not only drinking protein and eating fiber at night, and that's what they do with their friends, is just eat a fiber muffin. I know that someone on this channel, or someone that is watching this, also has had some sort of alcohol while on Zepbound, especially if you've been on Zepbound for a long period of time. I know you've had that. Even if it was in church or communion, I know that you had this. So I was just wondering about the experiences that other people have had while on a compound tirzepatide or Zepbound, the name brand. Have they had any issues with drinking alcohol? Again, I am Jay. This is the life of Rich and Jay. I'm so sorry if I didn't go into that. But for those of you who have been here before, I thank you so much for coming to our channel. And for you being new, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please don't forget to come back. I put videos out at least once a week, probably more than that. But most of them are about our health journey and the things that we go through, my husband and I, on this journey. So if you have experienced this, or know of someone who has experienced this, or you had completely opposite reactions to these type of things with alcohol and Zepbound or Mounjaro, then let me know. Like, is it a little different for you than it was before? What type of drinker were you before, and what are you now? Are you guys just completely just staying away from alcohol while you're on Zepbound? Are you just saying, no, I'm not doing it at all because I'm on a health journey? I'm just a little curious to find out if it was only me because I am a very, very light drinker, or no drinker at all, or if it's just because of the fact that I had wine and maybe not whiskey or something like that. I have no idea, but let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to share, because someone else wants this information as well, or maybe trying to ask the same question. I will see you in the next one. Bye.